this war in Iran gonna have a deep and heavy impact on oil prices on the gas stations? Well, let's take a look what's going on right now and what are the reasons that the price can rise, whether significantly or just slightly. If you see on the news that every day there are some attacks on oil infrastructure, well, it's really going to impact the supply of those energy sources. And of course, with Israel and United States attacking Iran sites, whether they are nuclear sites or energy sites like power plants, so that Iran is going to do the same with their neighboring countries, like those in the Middle East. So there were already a lot of strikes on very crucial sites in the Middle East, that those facilities contribute to the global supply. But the key area is Strait of Hormuz. It is the most important strait in the entire world right now, and all eyes are on this. And because it's one of the most important oil routes, where 20% of whole oil production or global demand is passing through this strait. And we also see here that there are a lot of attacks on this strait on the ships that are crossing. Like last time, the ship from Thailand was struck by Iran because it was passing through the strait. But the most important thing is that the US or any NATO country are not really contributing to help, or to just to help cross all those ships through the strait safely. So that's why now the US president is really pissed, because nobody from the NATO agreed to help him to join their, Netanyahu and Donald Trump's war. But this war was really necessary to block Iran from all the regimes and also producing their own atomic bomb. So with the Strait of Hormuz blocked for a few weeks now, the special agency that handles like the crisis of oil, which is called International Energy Agency, which is responsible for crises like that, and they supply additional 400 million barrels of oil to the global market. So this EA agency is based in Paris and consists of 32 members. This release of those reserved through this agency has not much contributed to the price of oil easing. To understand better what are the results or what are the outcome will be from this Strait of Hormuz blocked in the future, in the near future, I found an interesting article where they compared this oil market to Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat is a famous thought experiment in quantum mechanics. So it works like that. Imagine a cat being closed in the box, and next to a decaying radioactive material. And we don't see the cat inside, whether he is alive or he's dead from this poison. But from outside the box, you don't know which one is true. And they say that in a strange world of quantum mechanics, the cat is both alive and dead. This is the theory of quantum mechanics, so it's both. And in the oil version, they say that the world is either in the worst case scenario or in a good case scenario. And the prices of the oil are priced on this. So they now describe the cat dead scenario. So there's this bad scenario, which is prolonged war that lasts for weeks and even months, and there is no optimistics, like if the leaders of those countries that are taking part in this war are going to talk, like have some agreements between each other. So it looks very pessimistic. So if this persists, it will be bigger. They say it will be bigger than the oil shocks of the 1970s. It's basically impossible for the world to fully make up the resulting shortfall in oil supplies through tapping stockpiles or sending crude through alternate routes. Even this 400 million released from the EEA agency is not going to keep up a lot. It's just for a few weeks or even a month, up to a month or something. So it's not it's not going to set off all the delays in the shipments of oil. And they say a prolonged closure would send prices soaring much higher than we see today. So this is the dead cat scenario, where the cat is dead. But the optimistic version, where this cat is alive, is that if the war ends tomorrow, it will turn out that we are in a cat's alive situation. Theoretically, if Trump were to pull back right now, the oil market could begin to heal itself. Then they say the world had a lot of extra crude oil floating around before this conflict began. That buffer means that a short disruption would not be catastrophic. So if the strait is poised to reopen soon, and oil fields and facilities in the Gulf region haven't been damaged too severely and can restart production within a week, well, then prices shouldn't go crazy at all. Today, we see the prices of oil going to above 110. So it's not still a crazy bad news. Like, we see that the investors are not panicked. A question, so which is it? A long war or a short one? So let's say that now the conflict is already almost a month. So it is kind of the really long one. It's not a single event that attacking some sites in Iran and that's it, finished. The war is finished, like it was a year ago. Here we got different scenario. The leaders of Iran say that we can push oil up to 200 a barrel. So they are very hostile to the Western civilization, to Western culture. In this global market, we need to check what's going on. If we see a situation where the oil infrastructure in Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia are damaged by drones of Iran, Well, this gonna tighten the global supply for the whole world. Also, the Strait of Hormuz, if we don't see it open, or we see it that there are a lot of attacks on the passing ships, then we are going to assume that the conflict is going to take longer and longer, and it's not getting better. So this is the second reason, the second thing to watch. The third thing to watch is this uncertainty, because uncertainty also brings the price of oil higher. If people are in fear and worried about the future, it's going to have an impact on the price of oil in the market, in the financial market, because it's also oil is also in paper, not only in barrels. It is sold both by the paper in the OTC desks. So this is very important things to watch. So thank you for watching, and I keep you guys updated what's going on, and please subscribe to this channel.